We kick off this show with this tweet from Carson Wentz. Huge win last night. Let's keep this thing rolling. Big week ahead. We will see if the Eagles can really pull themselves up off the mat, as this tweet from our NBC Sports Philadelphia account shows right here. And here we are with the Tuesday edition of Quick Slants. It's presented by Nissan. I'm Derek Gunn.
And I'm Barrett Brooks, and yes, we're about to go into Dallas week, but I'm going to go in a lot less hype. I learned from you, D-Gun.
See?
The last time I was hyped, we lost.
Yes.
The time before that I was hyped,
yes,
we lost again. So I'm going to go in with a mellow attitude, understand that we're supposed to win, and we'll go in like I've been there before.
Save it for the pregame show on Sunday.
Okay, I got it.
Just let it build, let the momentum build up. All right, Eagles beat the Redskins last night 28-13 and improved to 6-6. Cowboys better watch their back. Eagles just one game behind them in the NFC East, and the Eagles are also right in that wild card mix. According to 538, the Eagles have a 28% chance to make the playoffs right now, 21% chance to win the division. They would have a 59% chance to make the playoffs with a win over the Cowboys, a 49% chance to win the division, but with the loss, they would have an 8% chance to make the playoffs and less than a 1% chance to win the division. Dave Zangaro has a complete breakdown on the My Teams app. Now, the Eagles have the Cowboys, Rams, Texans on deck, so let me be Johnny Raincloud for a moment. Did the Eagles win their last meaningful game of the year, Mr. Brooks?
Why would you ask me that, man? That's kind of somber right there, man.
It's a legit question.
Well, it is a legit question, and I'm going to give you a legit answer.
Okay.
Any given Sunday.
There you go.
At this point last year, nobody thought that this Eagles team was going to win the Super Bowl. Nobody did. Nobody put money down. What were they, like 30-1 odds to win the Super Bowl? But they won a Super Bowl last year. And at this point, the team they're about to play next week, they had them on the ropes. They should have won that game, but they couldn't stop anybody in the fourth quarter. Well, now they've turned the tide. They're becoming more fundamentally sound. They're becoming more focused. So as they go into this game, yes, they will play in another meaningful game. And as long as they keep winning, they'll go into another meaningful game and another meaningful game and another meaningful game. I like their chances. This team is finally starting to understand we have a legitimate shot of making it to the playoffs if we go out there and cross our T's and dot our I's. Now, I love the fact that we have a quarterback that can lead us that way. And that's what he did yesterday. He went out there and showed that Carson Wentz is a franchise quarterback. And if we allow him to be Carson Wentz, move around the pocket, evade pass rush, and go out there and move his launch point when he's throwing the ball, he becomes more effective. And they're starting to customize an offense around him that takes a highlight on them going out there and using those attributes. Now, everybody else is starting to see from a receiving standpoint, if we get open, he's going to get the ball to us. Everybody was screaming, all right, so Zach Ertz getting all these catches. Why are we always focusing on him? That's because those two understand that they play well together. They have a homogeneous relationship. He knows if it's zone, he's going to sit down in the zone. If it's man-to-man, he's going to run and keep running and create separation to get the ball. Those are all fundamental things that you do with the quarterback. But he also understands if it's a hot route and they blinger blitz, that he has to get open and make himself available for Carson Wentz. The other guys are starting to see the same thing, a la Golden Tate. He saw that, all right, if I make myself available, Carson will get the ball to me. And that's exactly what's happening. Everybody's talking about, oh, we need to implement more into the offense. No, you have to implement yourself into the offense. You have to go out there and make yourself available for Carson to see you. If you do that, Carson will go. Just like they say in baseball, if you build it, they will come. Same thing in Carson Wentz's offense. If you get open, he will find you.
Now, the same question I just asked you, I put on my Twitter account at about 1:30 this afternoon, and I put, was this their last meaningful win? Yes, no, or depends. I'm not surprised. As of 20 minutes ago when I last looked, 66% of the people said no, it's not their last meaningful win. But I was more interested in the responses more so than I was the actual percentage. And sure enough, people came back at me with, you know, Deegan, I thought you were about Philadelphia. Why are you being a downer here? I said, you're not reading the question correctly. I didn't say the Eagles won their last meaningful game. I didn't say I think it's all over for the Eagles right now. I just posed a legitimate question. Was it their last meaningful win? When you look at what's up next, now the Dallas Cowboys, they've already beat them here, right?
Yep.
All right. Now, Cowboys have 10 days to get ready for this rematch down in Dallas. Eagles are coming off a short week. They have 6 days to get here and get ready and fly down to Dallas to play this game. I go back to last Thursday. I still can't get it out of my mind what the Cowboys defense did to the New Orleans Saints offense. They held that man Drew Brees to 127 yards passing, held the offense to 176 total yards of offense, right? Dallas controlled the clock for over 39 minutes. Do you hear what I'm saying? 39 minutes, all right? That defense is flying around. I've been telling you for weeks, Mr. Brooks, about the Cowboys defense, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
And all you people out there, don't be at me on Twitter talking about, oh, you're a Cowboys fan. No, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't have to say that enough. I am not a Cowboys fan. I do not like the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going based on the facts. Then you look at the Rams team they have to follow. They have to travel 6 hours out west, right? Now, the Rams have a lot to play for. They're the first team that's wrapped up a playoff spot, but the Rams do not want to have to go back to New Orleans to play a playoff game. So they're still trying to maintain control of home field advantage. And then we have this Houston Texans team, right? They've won 9 in a row. The defense is lighting it up. Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt combined have 18.5 sacks between them, right? Their cornerbacks are legit. Their safety is legit. They have one of the most difficult wide receivers in all the game, DeAndre Hopkins. You can't cover him with one guy. You can't cover him with 2 guys. And Deshaun Watson, his last 5 games, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's completing over 73% of his passes, okay? With that said, I do believe that the Eagles have a chance because just like you said, any given Sunday. So I'm not saying it's hopeless. I just posed the question and people just went berserk with some of the answers out there. All right, today in his press conference, day after a game, Doug Peterson said that Jason Peters is day-to-day. Tim Jernigan should be okay after missing most of last night's game with back spasms. Jordan Hicks and Avonte Maddox are day-to-day. Jalen Mills is further along with a foot injury. Which of these players can the Eagles least afford to miss with this upcoming game against the Cowboys, Mr. Brooks?
Oh, is there any question? It's got to be Jason Peters. They played a great game yesterday going against some very, very good pass blockers because the up-front guys stepped to the table and pass blocked their ass off, especially Jason Peters. He went out there and depoted Smith. And I look for him to do the same thing against Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory gave him some fits the last time they played here at home. I think he's going back for payback. He knew that he had a bad game against this Dallas team, and I think he's going to go back for retribution. He wants to go out there and kick his butt. And I can see him going out there and doing it. At this point, Jason Peters is going to prove to everybody that he's still a good tackle in the NFL. So, yes, Jason Peters, we have to have him. The offensive line dictated the tempo this last game. They went up in front. They commanded them to go out and run the ball. They ran the ball. They pass blocked for him. Didn't get any sacks this game. This is what you want, and this is what we used to see from this offensive line last year. They looked like they were back to form. Now, they're going to have DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, Taco Charlton. All these guys can rush the passer. But at the end of the day, if Jason Peters goes out there and confronts Randy Gregory and the rest of those defensive pass rushers and sets the tone, the other 4 guys will follow suit and do the same thing. He controls the tempo and the pulse of what that offensive line does, and I see him going out there and being the bodyguard he used to be. JP, let's go make it happen.
I'm going to go with Jordan Hicks. I think they're sorely missing something in the middle of their defense, and I think there's a big reason why teams have been running up and down the field on the Eagles the last 4 weeks. When you look at Jordan Hicks, I think he is the brains of that defense. What's his forte? He's always around the football. He's always making something happen. The coaches always talk about how smart he is, his football IQ in terms of deciphering what's across the line of scrimmage from him. Your other frontline linebacker, Nigel Bradham, is playing with one hand. His other hand is in a heavy cast, okay? Now, he's doing the best he can, and Nigel Bradham told me after the game last night he's never felt pain like this when that medication started to wear off.
Right.
So I think you need to get Jordan Hicks back in there because I think as good as the defense has played the last couple of games, now you're stepping up a level in importance of a game and in competition as well. And I think you need that guy out there who can make something happen. Let's face it, this Eagles defense is 31st in the league in takeaways. So you put a guy back out on the field who can help you take away the ball. I think he's a vital cog to this defense and the overall success of this team as well.
Yeah, Zeke the Fig, he'll be there, so we need to get him stopped, and he's definitely the perfect candidate to do it. I can see Hicks doing that. But you know what? The Eagles have started slow all year.
Yep.
But it changed last night. They scored a touchdown on the opening drive of the game. Today, Doug Peterson was asked, what made the difference?
It's things that offensively have just kind of missed. We've missed on a couple of things, whether it's execution or it could be, play designed by me or, whatever, the call. But just last night, things kind of came together. I think the guys have really, they've really kind of taken it upon themselves to, quite frankly, to kind of clean up a lot of things, and spend more time. I want to say spend more time, but just focusing on the details, on the little things. And when you do that, great things are going to happen. So it's a confidence builder moving forward that we're capable of doing that.
Okay. So what do you make of the idea that the Eagles are more focused on the little things lately, like I've been saying all along?
Yes, you did. I will give you that respect. You did say it for quite some time now. But I look at, you can talk about focus, you can talk about discipline, blocking, tackling. What it comes down to me is they finally made the commitment to run the doggone football.
I hear you, babe.
Over the last couple of games, they've run the ball now 62 times. You look at the opening drive last night, 12 plays, 75 yards, that chewed up almost 7.5 minutes on the clock. They ran the ball 6 attempts. You finally found a lead back now in this young kid, Josh Adams, who is averaging over 5 yards to carry, averaged over 4 yards to carry last night against a pretty good Washington defense against the run. Stay committed to running the ball, RPOs, option plays, and for your quarterback also to tuck and run. If you can move the pile by running the football, you can move the chains, you control the clock. Eagles had the ball decisively over the Redskins offense. Not that the Redskins offense was all that potent anyway when you started with the backup Colt McCoy and you finished the game with your third-string quarterback Mark Sanchez, but still, you control the clock. You don't give an opposition any hope that they can put points on the board. You upset in their rhythm as well, trying to get back on the football field. Stay in tune with running the ball. Doug Peterson heard me. What did I scream on Quick Slants yesterday? Who was I challenging yesterday?
Doug
Peterson to run the football. 39 pass plays, 33 running plays. Doug Peterson, thank you for listening.
No question, no question. I feel the same way. Run the ball, that's all I've been saying. Doug, run the damn ball. He did that yesterday. But then he went back to the 2Fs. I've been screaming the 2Fs all year. Focus and fundamentals. When you do that, you win games, and that's exactly what happened. So big ups to that team, taking out this Washington Redskins team. Next up, we got Dallas. If you take care and cross your T's and dot your I's, you'll be more than capable of going out there and beating that Dallas team.